Our first morning in Luquillo, we heard beautiful music wafting up to our balcony facing Playa Azul and the Atlantic Ocean. And it happened every day from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Was it a saxophone? A French horn? We couldn't figure it out. But it gave us so much joy that we finally had to go down to the end of Ocean Boulevard and meet the, what turned out to be, flugelhorn player who set up under a blue tent every day just to play for the neighborhood. His name is Rafael Garcia, and he has a fascinating redemption story to tell. I like when you play Ave Maria on Sunday morning.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, cool. Javi was the one that got me to come back here. Because he lives right here, and he comes out one day and he says, man, that changed my entire morning. I'm stressing about something. I sat with the coffee and I listened to you. And then 20 minutes later, he got his hammock and he was there. He said, you can't stop doing these things. He said, you can't stop doing this.
I just sent a recording to a friend of mine of the waves with you in the background.
Is that right?
Because she loves sounds and she just loved to hear. I said, that's the flugelhorn, that's Rafi on the flugelhorn back behind the waves. But
that's a really interesting instrument.
Well, the flugelhorn.
Yeah.
Can you show it to us?
The flugelhorn is this one in particular is an Adams. I have another one. I have it in the car, and that's
Can we turn it down just a wee bit?
that instrument is what's that store in New Jersey? It starts with a D. Anyway, the store makes stuff.
It's not Benjamin music?
No, it's the one in New Jersey. I think it's close to Trenton. And I got it. It starts with a D. They specialize in brass.
Okay.
And I got it for $600 when I started, and I had it for 2 years, and I took all the brass off. And then this guy went up to where I used to play at Amigos. He said, I want to make you a gift. And he said, this is my credit card. I want you to start looking online and pick any trumpet you want, any horn you want. And I said, any horn I want? He said, any horn I want. So I got this horn. And I said, the horn that I want costs $3,300.
Wow.
And it's like, any horn you want. If it costs $10,000, I don't care. You deserve a good horn. Mine's all beat up. Yeah. So this thing came out and it's made from copper all the way from here to here. So it's a full copper bell.
Wow.
So that's what it gives that metal sound, that real soft sound. It's basically, the trumpet's like a mixture between the trumpet and the trombone. You know where you have that.
Yeah.
And all three registers and the lower register. If you have a good lip, it sounds. I fall asleep when I play myself. Yeah, when you're playing something so beautiful, you just close your eyes, you're like, man, I'm just doing that, And it's like, that's the way this instrument, that's why I like the tenor so much, the tenor saxophone.
Yeah.
And the other thing, all the charts that I play for this, they don't come out for trumpet, they're for tenor saxophone.
Oh, okay.
So I have to transpose from tenor to this, which is not that hard, it's just an octave lower.
Yeah. So when did you pick up the flugelhorn?
When I was 6.
When you were 6.
Yeah, wow. 6 years old. It was my school punishment, so I stopped fighting. Yeah, I used to fight all the time in school. So I said, what can I do? What can I do so I stop? So they said, what can we do so you stop fighting in school? I said, give me a trumpet and I'll never fight again. I was in second or third grade.
Good for you.
And I never fought again.
Wow. Where you live in the States?
In Philadelphia.
Where at?
Around, let's see, 4th and Jefferson.
4th and Jefferson.
Because that's like the Spanish, all Puerto Ricans and blacks and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's where I started. And I lived in the basement. I was all day in the basement, from school to the basement. And they even brought me my meals to the basement because I just needed to play. Well, that's my story, Beto. When I went to college, my mom died in my sophomore year, and I fell into depression. And I'm living now in 9th and Hampton Park, next to 8th and Butler, and the black academia is there. I fell on it for almost 15 years, almost 20 years of my life.
Wow.
And my mom died, and I lost my music. I mean, I was playing those salsa bands, because my mind passing away, I didn't know nothing. So I picked up that drug to keep me awake. It was never a thing about, enjoyment. I just needed something to stay awake because I was so depressed. And it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, it cost you a lot of years,
A
too.
lot of years.
A lot of years, that's too bad. But good for you for kicking it.
But if I would have been on that stuff today, I wouldn't have a trumpet, I wouldn't have a speaker, I wouldn't have absolutely nothing. Because you sell it all. I used to sell everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to pawn my trumpet at least twice a month. I always got it out because I was playing music. But it was scary. I was in performing arts in Philadelphia, college of performing arts.
Oh, okay.
And that was nice. And then my mom died right out starting my sophomore year. And I didn't want to school. I didn't want to study anymore. See, I never met my mom. I never met my real mom. So for me to meet my mom was the objective for me to go to college to get my bachelor. And I didn't want a bachelor. I wanted to do a doctor's degree. I wanted to take care of my mom that gave me up for adoption. She never gave me up for adoption. She just gave me to the next door neighbor. And then the next door neighbor, after she got tired of me, she gave me up to some other lady.
Oh, my.
I was like a bee, like a peacock, bouncing from space to place. And if it wasn't for this, I would have lost it.
How'd you end up in Puerto Rico?
I was born and raised.
Oh, you're born and raised, okay.
Yeah, I left at 5
Okay.
to Philadelphia, and then I came back at 9, and then I went back at 14 for college. And then I came back 13 years ago. You guys are documenting this, huh?
Yes.
It's such an interesting story.
So where in Puerto Rico were you born?
I was born in Santurce, which is like
see?
Santurce, yeah, that's like the annex of San Juan.
See.
Yeah, Alto Rey and Santurce is like Rio Piedras, all the stuff close.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in the 90s. We lived in Ocean Park.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked in Guaynabo.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I went to school in Guaynabo. I went to the Lincoln Military Academy. You know, we lived in the projects. My mom lived in the projects, but somehow she found a way to put me to the most expensive school in the entire island. The governor's son used to go there. All the actors' sons used to go there, and daughters. And I was there while I was living in the little projects. And I never figured out because I used to drop these kids at their house and they had the pools and everything else. And I was so little, and I just went into the project where they were killing people and selling drugs. I saw the ice cream man get killed. I saw the fish man get killed.
Oh my God.
One time I went to go play to my friend's house, Calico. You know, with 2 little paddles. And as I'm walking up, I hear boom, right on the steps, and I saw the guy. He had shot the guy with the insurance company, and he had a little big old hole in the middle with all the blood. The money, the suitcase open, money still on the floor, and I'm so not know what to do about this. I just walk over the guy and I go to my friend's and knock the door and say, listen, they just killed somebody. Oh, come on, let's go play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what my friend's answer was. And I was like, huh? I'm gonna play, they just killed somebody out there, right? I just walked over there. And the guy told me, he said, the guy had the gun in his hands and he saw me, he says, make sure you don't say nothing about this. And then 2 weeks later, they sent me to Philadelphia. And that's why they sent me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because if they would have done an investigation, they would have come to me, they would have asked me, then this guy was gonna. So that guy went to my mom and said, you need to send your son to the States. And he paid for the ticket.
Oh, really?
For 4 years.
Wow.
I didn't see my family for 4 years until that case got fixed.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, at least he did that rather than killing you. You know? It was a little bit.
I don't think that was an option for him. I think my dad was really well known in Vizcamosa.
Oh, okay.
So he would have killed me. They would have killed me immediately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was not an option. I just needed to get out of the town. So if there was a thing where they was going to investigate and they knew that I was in that place that day, I lived with that vision in my eyes. I still do. Sometimes I don't sleep.
I'm sure, yeah.
But I saw a bunch of people. I saw people get hit by cars.
So why did you come back 13 years ago?
Why didn't I? Because let's see, 13 years ago, I met my high school sweetheart that I went to high school. And she was already 5 years divorced. And I saw her on Facebook and I told her how I felt about it. She told me, you know what, I always felt the same way about you.
Wow.
But we never spoke about it in school because we were both shy, and then we were in the advanced classes, so we were never talking. And so she got divorced for 5 years, and then I found her on Facebook, and I came back, and we'd asked her for 2 years. And her children, she has 3 boys. They're crazy about me.
Can you tell us the story about how you came to be playing here, and about Maria and Hurricane and that you told me before?
After Maria, there was a lot of lines in the supermarkets and the gas stations. And after my windows got knocked down at home, I decided I was gonna take a backpack with my trumpet. You know, I didn't have a phone, I had a trumpet back then, and go to the lines in the gas station and entertain the people. You know, stuff that would sort of bring like a party. So people started bringing out their little drums out of the car, you know, just making parties at the gas station.
Right.
So I made it a habit of doing it every day. And the morale at the gas station and at the supermarkets changed. You know, people were not angry to getting gas. They were like waiting till I got there so we could party while we waited for gas. So that's one. And then I started playing in Ralph's and Amigos right here in Luquillo. And the way that worked in Luquillo, I played there for almost 2 years. I told him, I said, Lord, if you want me to play there, when I go there, I'm going to ask the manager, and the manager's going to tell me these exact words. You got to call the central office. If the central office says okay, I don't have any problem. I called the central office. Listen, my name is such and such, and I want to play one of your supermarkets. And I talked to the manager, and the girl didn't let me stop talking. She said, listen, if he doesn't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. Thank you, God. Bye. And that's how I started playing Amigos. And I was making an average of $40 to $150 a day. And I played every other day, Amigo and Ralph's. And that's how I started. I found a new way of taking care of Raphael. You know? And then when the pandemic came out, they started saying that they kicked me out of playing out of Amigos, but nobody's ever kicked me out of playing no more. It's just that when I saw people with a mask, it was hard for me to not be without a mask and see them with a mask, and I didn't want to get that whole conflict. So I just left and started finding like corners to play at. And then when I drove around here, I saw this and I saw that, I said, oh man, this is it. I gotta play. This is it. I gotta do it.
So this is like a gorgeous location.
Yes.
It's a gorgeous location.
What I'm trying to do, Beto, is I'm trying to bring peace. Everywhere I go, I try to bring what we've been lacking for so long, you know, and I believe music has not only the ability, but the power to bring peace, you know.
I mean, it certainly, we hear you up on our balcony, and it certainly, you know, brings joy to us.
A little calmness, right?
Yeah.
Something to talk about, or maybe something, a song that you know, because you're not singing.
Right. Or one of your songs will stick with me, and I'll be singing it all day.
Yeah.
You know?
I come out and have breakfast and listen to you every morning. I eat out on the balcony.
I'm out here running, you know, and I hear it, and you know, you'll be sticking with me during my run.
I know.
You know?
And to listen from your wife, you know, she gave me an awesome compliment. She said, you know, my husband and I were up there, and we are so grateful for you to play in the morning. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I came out. I came out to get that. That stuff that's there, whatever. But to hear somebody to say, what you're doing is making a difference in my home, is making a difference in my relationship with my husband, it's making a difference in my relationship with my wife. My kids are waking up happy. I'm having I'm reading the Bible again. I mean, all that stuff is important.
You're gonna get me playing my sax again.
Yeah, that's it.
Inspira.
Inspire. So inspire, peace, joy, kindness, everything that has to. That's what I want.
Thanks for spending time with us visiting with the horn player of Playa Azul, Rafael Garcia. He made our time in Luquillo magical, and I hope you enjoyed meeting him too. Thanks for visiting the Messy Suitcase YouTube channel. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified of future videos. Until then, hasta luego, and may your suitcase always be messy.